The budget resolution that the House just passed, by a very slim margin, I might add, 217 to 215, will potentially result in $880 billion in cuts to Medicaid. As I understand it, this is in an effort to keep on track with Trump's original tax plan from back in 2017, which calls for like $2 trillion in tax cuts over the next decade. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 trillion in spending reductions, 4.5 trillion in tax cuts. Unless we forget the scale of the money that we're talking about right now, this is 1 trillion in $100 bills on pylons. There's a man for scale in the corner. 4.5. There's 83 million low-income Americans on Medicaid right now. No Democratic House members voted in favor of this resolution, but only one Republican voted against it. And to be clear, there is some ambiguity about how those $880 billion in cuts will be administered. It could be to other things, not just Medicaid. The fact that Medicaid is on the chopping block and will get cut on some level, while defense funding is being pumped full of more money every 5 seconds, all while Elon Musk is snooping around different federal agencies and trying to find more of our money to steal, is crazy. It's crazy. I read those texts that Elon Musk's baby mother recently leaked to the public. He should be paranoid. He should be.
Just watch the Republican House of Representatives vote to take away people's health care in order to pay for tax cuts for wealthy people. And I do mean Republican, not a Democratic vote. What a sad state of affairs.
Red states FA'd, now they're about to FO. 72 million Americans depend on Medicaid, many of which are children and the elderly. Now, to fund his tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans, he is now asking his cult members in Congress to cut $880 billion out of Medicaid. You probably won't be surprised to know that the highest number of Medicaid recipients typically come from red states. So let's take a look at the red states that are going to be impacted highest by Medicaid cuts. Those who will be impacted the highest include Louisiana, West Virginia, and Kentucky. The next group that will be highly impacted include Mississippi, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Alaska. The Medicaid recipients in these states, if Donald Trump and the Republican Party have their way, could see their benefits cut in half. FA-FO.
And they all fell to their knees and begged that drifter, begged him please, as he raised his fist before he spoke. I am the righteous hand of God, and I am the devil that you forgot.
That House bill that passed last night could potentially cut $880 billion in Medicare and Medicaid. This is one of those things that we're going to start hearing about in the coming weeks and months and probably until the midterms. And this isn't me just like, kind of like hoping it happens. I've seen this kind of stuff before. Whenever you incorporate healthcare related stuff, it's one of the few things that Republicans used to never go after. The last time they went after this, they got wiped out in the 2018 midterms, but they cannot help themselves but do this stuff. But to be honest with you, this time around, like, I knew they were going to go after it because, like, there's not much else they can, like, seriously cut from. Why would you want to cut from anything else? Medicare and Medicaid was something like the entire Social Security apparatus, even though they keep saying they're not going after Social Security, but like the entire like Social Security, like Medicare, Medicaid apparatus was always something that they conservatives never really got on board with. All that stuff was passed when Democrats had the majority, the super majority, and there was a lot of like push to kind of like pass all these like social things that were socially beneficial to the American public. Amazing to me why they would want to make the American public live. But they like the powers that be in the conservative movement never liked that stuff. They always hated that idea. They've always wanted to privatize healthcare. They've always wanted to make extra money privatizing health. But keep an eye on what happens in the next coming weeks, months, and probably for the next year and a half. Because this was like when they finally passed it, I was like, I don't think y'all realize what y'all did. I really don't. And I'm glad y'all didn't realize what you did. Because you're about to be in for a rude awakening. Watch the town hall suddenly drop Watch they stop going to town halls. Watch they stop going. If they stop going to town halls, they realize.
Canceling Medicaid is suicide for the insurance companies. And I don't think they'll get away with it. I don't think our government will be able to pull it off. I think the insurance lobby will stop it. It's nearly $1 trillion that the government pays to keep Americans healthy, to keep kids healthy, to keep families healthy, to keep my fucking kids healthy. My son is on Medicaid. My daughter's on Medicaid. If the government stops dishing out that Medicaid money to the insurance companies, to the hospitals, to the doctors, they're all going to collapse. They need that money. We can't, hey, American government, pay Trump and you Doge people. We can't afford health care. And so if you take Medicaid, ain't nobody going to the fucking doctor. And your whole system will collapse. You have to wonder if that's what they want. But cutting $880 billion out of Medicaid is suicide to the insurance industry, to the hospitals. It's that simple. And I don't think it'll make it through. I think they're going to try and find a way, but I think that the insurance lobby is going to throw everything they fucking have to stop this.
You know, the Democrats voted against this bill. They voted against no tax on tipping and no tax on overtime. They want you to pay taxes on tips and overtime.
Hang on. Neither of those were in the bill. Like, neither of those things were in the bill. Why are you lying about that?
It was there.
I mean, like, just stand on business. Like, you passed the bill. Why you got to lie about it?
Spirit, bro.
It was there in spirit.
Well, let's just talk about like how this is going to make America great. Because
please tell us how it's going to make America great. Because I don't really see how cutting $880 billion in Medicare and Medicaid potentially is going to make America great.
Like, it's not actually our fault. It's
here
not
he
actually
goes. That bullshit. Everything that goes wrong is actually the previous
lying,
and then you're going to be saying that when you're in the fourth year of your term. You're going to be saying that it was Biden's fault in 2028. Like, a bunch of your constituents are on Medicare and Medicaid. What are you doing? This is like.
Did you know that
self-sabotage in a way? Are you saying the same thing again?
So that means that they
are you saying so? It fell on its face, and you're saying the same thing again. That
I'm
is
just speaking the truth.
It's still a lie.